hey, this will be like the last one for a little bit till like more comes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Blamed
Oh,
Discord and
within Discorded Hooves without.
Yeah.
Okay, include that in. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the last full page. We have the next page is only 3 entries at the moment at time of recording, which is December 17th, 2020. So yeah, if you want to see the next 3, well, go to page 48 in the chrono and have fun, I guess. But we'll get to it eventually once a full page comes out. Like, this is... Let's see, did we finish? Like, we finished... I know we finished Pun and Sombra, but did we finish we finished Pun before it completed, I think.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, we caught up to it at some point. And
Ace is still Ace. We caught up, but they don't hit. They discontinued it. I think.
or it's just
Um,
being super
same with Eric.
erratic, so there's no
Yeah,
telling
and
what
same.
you'll see next.
Yeah.
We'll probably see the Master again next time, because that one I think still has some on it. I haven't checked.
A little bit, yeah.
Given that,
About
I checked that it went, like, the last entry on today's is in July, so of this year, I think. So it'll probably goes from June to July, so that's a couple months worth of stuff. So
yeah. And there is also like Let's Check Derpy, which is also part of the same universe, I think.
yeah, so
Yep.
So once we're done with Master, I have another one we have another one we can do.
Or we can do it concurrently, since we don't have Discorded to do.
Yeah.
For a few weeks at least, you'll have 2.
Yep.
Until we
speaking
get
of
caught
which,
up with Master.
So next week no stream because I'm going to the beach Christmas Eve. What about the week after that? What about the week after that? Got any plans for New Year's Eve?
Is next week next week's Christmas, and then
next week is Christmas Eve, and the Thursday after that is New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I probably won't be able to do a stream that day, probably.
Do I ever have plans?
But
okay,
you two can still do stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I probably will have something to do that day, but if I don't, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Or I won't be able to stream that day. One way or the other, I'll let you know if that changes. But
yeah,
at the very least, we have today, and we'll get through catching up to Discorded, which is...
we've been doing this for a couple of years now.
Well, probably, I don't know if 2 years, I don't know how long we've been doing this, but probably at least somewhere around 47 weeks.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough dawdling.
Here we go. Where's Twilight?
Okay. So yes. Hello, it's been a while. Sorry if I'm worried any pony. I just had a lot going on with the whole lightning situation, and I've been having connection issues, but it should be working now.
Twilight, things are getting worse for the Doc. It seems that when his anger is triggered, an alternate personality called Hyde takes over. Hyde has already taken over a few times. In fact, Hyde took over and shot Jack.
Oh dear. Are you sure that's what happened? I don't know what's going on. I haven't seen updates from the doctor in a while. I've been worried. Is that the this timing can't be a coincidence. Doctor, I missed you so much.
I missed you too, Marshmallow. I heard something happened with lightning. Is everything okay?
Oh, well, Scootaloo got custody and I took care of him for her for a while, but one day he went back to with her and the door doesn't work anymore. I can't go to them and they haven't come back. I'm sure Lightning is okay, but I really miss him. I've tried all sorts of spells on the door, but nothing works.
I'm so sorry. I'll see if I can do anything about the door, alright?
Thank you. I didn't want to put it on you, but
I'm offering. It's fine.
Doctor, what if Sandy was trying to reach you? But for some reason the TARDIS couldn't respond. I mean, didn't you give her something to contact you? What if the signal's being blocked?
That's possible. It does seem strange that she wouldn't contact me if she couldn't get back here.
The way shut, the barriers of that Scootaloo's world nearly broke down completely, and in repairing them, the crack this door was built into was closed.
Damn it, you're right. It's like the punverse. Dimensional walls are closed. But why?
Punverse got themselves as fixed as can be without your help.
Well, that's good for them, then. That means I don't have to do them any favors anymore. I can find a butter festival somewhere else.
In fact, it seems that there are lots of universes that you cannot go to, even though you have visited them before.
Bloody hell, you're right. Dimensional walls closed off everywhere. There are even universes that are just completely off the radar.
If their dimensional wall has been closed off, does that mean they're safe from the bleed?
Well, I suppose that's true. Does that mean someone is fixing them?
Twilight, Lightning Blitz is doing okay. Apparently, he was transported to his father's house after the doctor partially fixed the problem that was happening in their universe. He's doing okay now. It seems that over the years, like he's been doing fine, being raised by his mother.
oh, that's good that he's okay. Over the years? It hasn't been that long here. I hope I'm still in the picture somehow.
It seems that Scootaloo and Lightning Blitz, along with the criminal Starlight Glimmer, went and solved the problems that had been happening in their universe. It seems that the god of time, Kronos, was causing the problems. They defeated him, but he was then killed by a mayor named Solar, who then replaced him as the new god of time. But it seems killing him that caused some problems in certain universes.
So that's what that powerful time energy was. I couldn't do anything about it, but she did. Good for her.
Oh, I wish I could congratulate her.
Twilight, it seems the you from Lightning Blitz universe doesn't trust Starlight Glimmer, and even got in her butt handed to her by her when the future Starlight Glimmer appeared and interfered with Twilight and the past Starlight Glimmer's fight. Too bad you can't just go over there and give yourself some advice.
Sorry, I don't even know who this Starlight Glimmer even is. I know Sunlight Shimmer, but no Starlight.
Listen, Twilight. I swear I'll find some way to fix this.
Doctor, it's all right. I think it's for the best. We both know this place isn't safe. Serial killers, tragedy, war. The world he's from is much better. I loved having him with me, but I was always terrified for his safety. Unless things get better here, I'd rather stay there. Besides, it takes the pressure off of you. The more you don't have to worry about him anymore.
Twilight, to us, the last time you update your blog, you had given Lightning Blitz to Spike while you went to go out to the door.
Oh, that was my brother. He came to see if I was okay, tried to comfort me, but mostly he wanted me to come back to the throne because of the war that's brewing with the Diamond Dogs. I didn't know about it until then, but I insisted I wasn't in the right state of mind to lead in any way. I wish I could help, but I just know I can't.
I wonder, if Twilight knows about Jack's current situation, or she'll ask where he went.
Yes, where is Jack? He was a little sleazy, sure, but you seemed close, so
We had a fight. I kicked him out. Now he's holding a grudge.
It's nice to see you caring.
oh, that sounds like a friendship problem. Maybe I could.
Leave it alone. There are more important things. It hurts to care.
Take it slow, Doc. Relax, and tell the best you can.
Twilight, there's something else I came here for. Something I need to tell you.
Is it bad?
I say brace yourself, Doc. This is probably going to be one of the most painful things you're going to have to do, and not to mention hardest. Good luck.
There's good news and bad news. The good news is I found the point in time that was altered to change your timeline. And I'm close to figure out how to fix it.
You gotta tell her, Doc. It's for the better.
The bad news is, well, I really don't know how to say this lightly. You were tricked into doing something terrible. It's not your fault. As I said, the timeline was altered. You did it right in the original timeline.
Doctor, what are you talking about?
That day that Pinky cloned herself.
No!
If I can't find out which one is the real Pinky, I might send her back by mistake.
Did I send one of my best friends into the mirror pool?
I'm sorry.
I should have done a better test.
Twilight.
I should have paid more attention, given each Pinky special care.
There was nothing you could have done.
How did I not notice she was a clone? It all makes sense now.
You were tricked. You're not to blame.
Twilight, I don't know if this will help, but the real Pinky made it to the final two, then the clone cheated somehow. Do you have any idea how she might have cheated? Twilight, the last Pinkie Pie said before she ended up in the mirror pool was that the clone cheated. Can you tell us what happened when it was only Pinkie Pie and her clone left?
I only looked away for a second. Then I heard one of them speak and I sent her to the mirror pool. She yelled boring, but maybe the clone Pinky threw her voice?
It's really not your fault, Twilight.
I'm trying so hard to tell myself that, but no matter what, I feel like I could have done better.
Doc, I think you're apathetic. Worldview has really negatively affected the way Twilight thinks of herself and your relationship. She talks about herself and Lightning as they're both burdens to you. Is that really what you want?
Twilight, look. I know you think I don't want to fix anyone's problems. But it's not that. I don't want to fix everyone's problems. But I care about yours.
I'm so incredibly sorry. To see this will be hard, but even though you feel like you're going to break down, we know you'll rise up again. You don't have much more to give, but you always give it your all. That's what makes us proud of you. That's why we love you, Doctor.
I hate making you do this, but I need you to make a decision.
What is it?
When I figure out how to fix this, and if I do it, there's a high chance that you won't remember any of this timeline, including memories about me. Everything will be back to the way it was meant to be. So, tell me, would you prefer I fix it or not?
I think I need to be left alone to think for a while. This is all a lot to take in, and I need to look at every angle. I need to make charts, take notes, make comparisons.
I understand. Just summon me with your neck piece when you've made your decision.
I will.
Whatever's going on, Doc, I know you can fix it. Even if not all the way, even if it's just jumping hoof along the way. It's worth it. Just go out there and do your thing.
I probably can fix it, but will I be able to?
Hey, yeah. Hey, Doctor, you remember little Miss Rarity? Well, her home universe has been destroyed thanks to two demons battling out. One of them she gave birth to, while the other is the father of the demon. Anyway, the other demon that universe's Twilight made a deal with transported her and her friends to a universe that has an exact duplicate of their own before their home universe was destroyed.
Well, that explains why it's missing. So universes are either being fixed, locked, or destroyed.
So, what you're saying is that certain universes are being repaired, and once they're repaired, a Time Lord can't travel to that universe anymore, including any other ponies who can travel through the multiverse too.
Some might find other ways to travel to other universes, but the TARDIS would not be able to.
Not only is Derpy's blog still posting, but our messages are still getting through. I assume timey-wimeyness since you blog through the TARDIS, since us viewers can interact with your past self. Is there anything specific we should tell past you or Derpy? Either something you wish we'd told you, assuming no dangerous paradoxes, and the TARDIS lets the info through, or something remember us telling you so we could complete a closed time loop.
However, my blog must have started earlier in time for some reason. You know what you should tell Derby? That she's a putz for thinking I didn't notice her feelings. And that she's foolish for having them.
If I recall correctly, wasn't your last body your final incarnation?
It should have been, yes. That's why I don't know if this body is my last, or if I have more regenerations.
If I remember correctly, Time Lords have this peculiar ability to hide yourselves, don't you? I believe you were John Smith for a time. You're exhausted, old man. Give yourself a rest.
If Twilight chooses to keep this timeline, maybe I'll offer to fob myself to be with her always. As a normal pony.
Doctor, have you ever questioned your authenticity of this Cape of Truth?
I did for a time, but the more I looked into it, the more true it was.
Doctor, we know you don't want to help out in the war. Since the last war you helped out in, you sealed away your own kind in a pocket dimension, and it brings back memories of the war, Doctor. But Equestria is in danger. If you won't do it for Debris, do for Twilight.
I try not to involve myself in wars between a planet's locals if I can help it. It's the extraterrestrial involvement that I intervene. Or used to.
Doctor, what about Torchwood? They probably know that you're at the library. They have a computer that's able to track the location of the TARDIS thanks to Jack's time vortex manipulator. Maybe there's a way the TARDIS could block the signal, and maybe Neo can help as well.
Relax. The TARDIS is parked on the other side of the tree. No one will even see me.
Data.
Oh dear.
No. Oh, cool. Oh, okay, Jack, now. Somebody else can do the questions now.
Are
Yeah.
Derpy and Neo officially part of Torchwood?
Now that you're part of Torchwood, I present to you the planet's biggest dimensional rift, contained by us to keep the universe stable until we can find a way to close it. You notice the timeline's different. That's because of all the rifts that are open everywhere. With the power of this big rift, we've been slowly closing them back up, so no further changes will happen.
A quick question, Jack. How many times have had to, off yourself to stave off the infection? And how long does it last before you bite dust again to make sure you don't become discarded like the doctor?
I've lost count. I have to do it every week or so, usually sometimes sooner, if something reminds me too much of how the doctor screwed me over.
Is Jack sad because Pumpony has ended and with it his girlfriend?
I'm glad they could stabilize the universe, and if I really wanted to, I could leap back to a time when the rift had the most presence here and hitch a ride, but that's only when this is all over. What can I say? I'm a sucker for a gal with humor.
The ESS will come and get this Ditzy to the safe zone. We will protect every single Ditzy in the multiple universes and timelines. You will not damage her anymore, discorded hooves.
I don't need your protection. I know how to defend myself. So don't treat me like I'm a helpless, fragile flower.
I wonder how Dinky feels after all that commotion with the doctor. Is she doing okay? What about Sparkler?
Sparkler thinks her bad dreams made this happen, and it's hard to tell how Dinky feels about it. I know she's angry, but I think she's scared too.
Hey, Davey. Doc's returning back from the future to seek Twilight.
You mean Princess Twilight? Is she trying to ask her for help?
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but...
Derpy, how do you feel now that the doctor is in love with Twilight? She hasn't given up on him despite his personality change. You, however, did when he ran away.
What?
You do know that he's very fond of her.
I think I need to be alone.
Jack, why not recruit Twilight to help? She has experience dispelling the doctor's curse and has an emotional interest in saving him.
We've attempted to recruit her, but we're not sure how to approach her. Now that Derby's involved, I don't know.
Derby, the way he angrily reacts to you seems likely connected with his infection and personality change, and didn't mean Twilight until after that happened. Also, Twilight's life has been significantly affected by the rifts changing the timeline, and fixing those would likely replace all of her time with the Doctor and the fixed timeline. So this whole situation is very complicated.
It sounds like he keeps finding reasons not to help. But if he likes her and their time will be erased, I guess that's pretty serious and understandable. If I had to choose between saving the world or keeping the memories between me and your doctor, I don't know what I'd do.
I'm sorry to say, Derby, but Doc and Twilight have been a thing for years now. He still feels betrayed because she still accepted and loved him while you ran away when he needed you most ever since he saw the Cave of Truth. Now he glows even a mention of your name. He hates you now, Derby, and we hate you being near him so much because he sees no problem in hurting you and making you suffer in any way.
wasn't trying to run away. I needed time.
You should stay away, you'll know better than him. He'd run away when the world needed him most, and you ran away when he needed you the most. You could have helped him. Let that sink in. Ask yourself who's really at fault now. Who's the bad one here? There's an oh so blurred line between light and darkness. Do you know which side you're on, friend?
I don't know what I was supposed to do. She was acting so strange and wouldn't tell me why. And then she hit me. No one's ever hit me before, not even the bullies. I was hurt and terrified.
You abandoned the doctor. You betrayed him, and you never loved him. You left him to suffer the curse alone. Remember what you said to him. You're nothing but a lying coward hiding in a blue box. Remember those words, Derby? You said that to the doctor.
Get out! I was upset. I didn't know why I said that. I mean, you should never mean, but I just know it's like somebody else in my head.
If you were inflicted with the curse, the doctor would never abandon you. He'd stop at nothing to cure you.
He's the doctor. I'm just joking. I'm not sure. I know. I don't know what to do to help him. And she's attacking me anytime we come face to face. But no, I won't give up.
Hey, Derby, look, don't feel like he's replaced you. He's in a bad place, honestly. It's almost like he's trying to make up for not doing anything by protecting one thing from the changes. You didn't abandon him. The truth is he abandoned you.
I did leave him in ways he was clearly scared out of his mind for whatever reason. I should have asked him to talk to me about it. I shouldn't have pushed him.
Derby, I know this is harsh, but when you said you finally learned how to defend yourself, does this mean you're going to fight the doctor back?
It means I won't let him hurt me. I'll try not to hurt him, but I'll prevent him from being able to attack.
Derby, I know this may be quite a shock to you, but I think deep down the doctor still loves you. Miss Hooves, what the doctor's doing, it isn't his fault. He can't control his actions. He still has feelings for you. That's why he told you to run, so you'll be safe from him.
So he's not all gone then? The part of him that cares is still there deep down?
Derby, look, your doctor still cares about you more than anything else. But this pony isn't your doctor. Don't be upset with Twilight, or him. This is a chance to help him get back sooner.
Maybe Twilight will be better at helping him than me. She's a princess of friendship after all. Or maybe I can just talk to her and...
The next time you see the doctor, you should let him know you care about him, whether he's a hero or not. I think you should let the doctor know you care about him, even if he can't be a hero right now. But a face-to-face conversation is completely out of the question. Video chats as well, including any form of communication where he can recognize you through visuals.
You're right. I need to stop trying to get facts to saving the universe and tell him I really care about him. Doctor or not, I'm not sure how to tell him without being at risk.
Jack, you know the doctor doesn't like betrayal, even when he was back to his old self. You know that the doctor is dangerous when he's angry. After all, one of the rules when dealing with the doctor is that you don't make him angry. Your betrayal hurt him.
If he doesn't like betrayal, then he should have thought of that before leaving everyone to die in the casino.
Jack, you gave up on him to still blaming him for something that was your choice.
Was it my choice, though? You know how this disease works. It creeps in and makes us go against our own morals and character I'm constantly struggling to tell myself the doctor isn't in control of himself, but this curse makes it hard to not want revenge on him.
Jack, we all know that you're all afraid of the Master. You know that he knows that you can't be killed. But he can torture you. He will put you through unimaginable torture if you kill the Doctor. In fact, he is the second dangerous Time Lord in your universe.
Then maybe I'll kill the Master after I kill the Doctor if it comes down to that.
Jack, you do know that the future was chaotic, not because of the Doctor, but because of Discord himself. Him being free caused a lot of trouble in the future, and one of the stallions that you found dead was trying to create something that was similar to cyber ponies.
Listen, from all our research, we have one major theory, that Discord is using the Doctor as a tool to destroy the universe. All those bleeding rifts were a result of the Doctor visiting alternate universes. He's the knife that's making the gashes.
Jack, are you close with your operatives here, like you were with the Cardiff team? You seemed kind of indifferent about Lyra's death, but I can't tell you how much of that was professional detachment and how much was discording.
I tried to keep them at arm's length. Written script and I had a bit of a fling, but it's nothing serious. I also had one intense romp with Torin. He's pretty damn aggressive in bed, but again, nothing serious. If they die, that's just part of what they sign up for. They know the risk, and I have a hard time getting close.
Jack, Pinkie Pie was lost and replaced by a clone. That's why Doc is seeing Twilight. Can you help?
Replaced by a clone? I do remember the Pinky clone incident, but I didn't think it was anything to worry about. Well, I'll be damned. I might be able to investigate with my vortex manipulator, but it's risky.
Wow, that comment about mentioning how someone screwed you over was venomous. Maybe Twilight can be a liaison rather than an active partner. Reporting from her house?
She may be more willing to do that, yes.
The Doctor has been feeding Twilight half-truths, Jack. It may be hard for her if you tell her all the crap he's done and the threat against the universe. But at her core, she's an academic. It might not be immediate, but given time, she'll know you're right.
I'll have to come up with some convincing points to get her down, but she knows me, but I don't know what the doctors told her about me.
Speaking of Twilight, I have an important update. I have the Doctor's archives now, although it seems there's a bit of a corruption, so I can't see everything, but I also found out that his archive is giving out a signal, which is not only reaching beyond the dimensional walls, but it seems that Twilight's library is also picking a reflection of the signal.
That must be how she found him, Neo. Let's know when the doctor has left Ponyville. I think we need to pay Miss Twilight Sparkle a visit.
And back to me. Who's the sparkly girl?
Patience?
My name is Minuet now. You never listen, do you? I told you to leave, but you keep coming back. I cherish this town, these ponies, this world. And if I have to, I will protect them.
Maybe you should leave. I mean, she doesn't look happy to see you after all. That went back down on Gallifrey.
Whatever, fine. I get the picture. You want me to leave? Well, lucky for you, I was just about to anyway.
As if that meant anything. You'll just keep coming back, won't you? You and I both know that you and being alone do not mix well together.
What are you saying then?
Oh, hey, Minuet, it's been a while since we last seen you. Could we perchance convince you not throwing the doctor out this time? This is kind of an important moment, and things have been going pretty well so far. So it'd be really cool if you could reframe. from kicking us out just long enough for Twilight to make her decision. At least, I assure you, it'd be much appreciated.
I'm coming with you to make sure you don't destroy anything else. It's for your own good.
What?
So, are you going to introduce us? Who's this patience? Can she see our messages? Mind finally introducing us to this time pony doc? Just who is she?
To make things short, Patience was my first wife, Susan's grandmother. She once was my nurse and tutor, and the master and I fought over her for a time, but she chose me. She helped Susan and I take the TARDIS, and she was punished for it in multiple ways.
Is Patience Minuet similar to Romana?
Patience is ancient by millions, or maybe even more years. I heard rumors of even around 1 billion. The last womb-born Time Lords. She's wise, clever, and had to carry a lot on her shoulders that she didn't deserve.
Doctor, the master told us that Minuet is actually your ex-wife from Gallifrey. How is it to feel to talk to her face-to-face for the second time? The last time she told you to go away.
I just feel shitty and guilty.
I'm certain you do, and with distressing good reason.
What's a crystal pony doing so far from the Crystal Empire? Will we get a proper introduction this time?
I was in the void for such a long time. I lost quite a lot as I drifted in that nothingness. And when the universe was touched, I was thrown, just like Theta and Koshé. We all landed in different times. I began my journey with the beings who would be crystal ponies, and shaping Equestria was an honor that took many hundreds of years. The reason I'm in this town specifically, well, my TARDIS got stuck in Miss Twilight Sparkle's home many years before it became a full-grown hollow library. I stayed with my girl, one way or another.
Looky, looky here, we've got a new companion so soon. At least she sounds more sane and Activia. Maybe this could be a good thing for you. Well, Doc, it's better than being kicked out, and honestly, this is probably one of the better companions you could have picked up. Welcome aboard, Minuet. Looks like the doctor's a companion once again. You better try not to stop her either, Doc. This is a gal. This gal's a unicorn, after all, and may prove to be trouble if you try to kick her out of the TARDIS.
She is not a companion.
Certainly not.
No way. We're his companions, not you. He's A-okay with us.
Yes, clearly.
Wait a minute. How are you hearing them?
Thank you, TARDIS.
A good comedy, but Doc is in need of another caretaker outside of us Ascos. I'm sure Doc won't like this at all, but everything is better with people to keep one sane and things to do, people to see.
Caretaker is a more accurate word than companion, but it's also not quite that either. You might also call me his conscience.
Oh, come on.
You're getting maybe sad.
Hey!
If she's trying to protect the town, then what about the bad things have been happening? Oh, Doctor. Because if she's trying to protect the town, she's doing a bad job at it.
I remember the correct timeline as well as I remember the wreckage of Gallifrey. Before the void, every time the Doctor found life somewhere, people died. Countless beings, countless timelines. Maybe there were Time Lords who didn't feel it, but I did. Anywhere, anytime, he throws pebbles without thinking, and it makes just devastating tidal waves. Trying to prevent it is about as difficult as it is to prevent a natural disaster.
It's not me. It's what follows me.
Doc, I know you and Minuet have a rocky past, but she clearly cares about this world. and the people in it. Maybe try asking her for help.
Look, I only care about this because it affects Twilight. But I'm trying to find a solution, and I guess you can help.
You must admit there are only two beings in the entirety of existence who can bring balance to what you do. You have good within you, and I believe in the part of your hearts that remembers how to be unselfish.
Just to clarify something, Patience isn't just a made-up OC. She's an existing character in obscure Doctor Who lore. We decided to build on that lore. You can read about her on the TARDIS wiki.
You really seem to attract mares that muscle there back in your life, huh? First Octavia, now Minuet.
My weakness seems to be confident women.
You? Minuet, the Master, Jack and the Daleks. There seem to be a lot of people from your universe that have beat the 1,000,001 odds and cross dimensions to get here. It can't all be coincidence, can it?
All it takes is one to make a bridge for the others. It's not a coincidence, it's just how these things work. Whoever got here first made it possible for the others to follow.
I don't think she knows that you sealed away Gallifrey in a pocket dimension back in your home dimension. After all, she was transported to Equestria during when the war happened, but before you and your past and future iterations sealed away Gallifrey.
Did you? Well, that's one thing sorted. Good job, Theta, and good riddance to those bastards.
Well, that's a first. Well, I agree, it's not exactly something I'm proud of.
Well, what about the unicorn killer? Have you been trying to find them? And aren't you worried that you'll be hunted down next, since you are a unicorn as well?
I can't protect everyone from violent and immediate physical threats. That's not what I've done over the centuries. I've helped shape agriculture and cultural flexibility, but I'm no hunter. And no, I'm not scared of the serial killer. There are many fates far more frightening than death.
He's not selfish, Minuet. No pony should have to bear the fate of the entire universe on their shoulders, the Doc and yourself included. Besides, he needs to take time to focus on himself after helping Twilight.
I feel for you if you think that. We are responsible for our corner of existence, and the Doctor has carved out a sizable slice. That responsibility doesn't disappear even through tragedies, even those tragedy strikes. So I want to help before you go too far, Theta, and you always go too far when you're alone.
Only if I'm trying to make a difference. I'm trying to retire if I can help it.
I don't think it's in your nature to do that. You get caught up in small, fiddly situations, whether you seek them out or not.
If your TARDIS is stuck, why not tell Twilight?
Her passion for her people stems from her love of learning. My TARDIS isn't just in her home, it's in her library. I cannot tell her that, or giving her soul would insist we destroy part of her tree irrevocably. She's an important pony, and my comfort doesn't outweigh the needs of the creatures of Equestria. I've found ways of being happy that don't involve skipping through existence. They just involve living life 1 second at a time. You know, patience.
Maybe she could see Anada, Doctor?
Ah, yes, maybe you can see her since you're a Time Lord like me. This is Ananta, the TARDIS personified.
Aww.
Waiting.
Can't see Anada, but play along. Now you have two of your wives babysitting you, Anada and Patience.
So, what's your plan now that you're here? How are you going to prevent me from ruining everything I touch?
You don't have the faith in yourself that people around you have cultivated. Part of the destruction around you stems from how much you hate yourself. You spoke of Miss Sparkle, and she doesn't hate you. Do you not trust her judgments? I'm staying to guide you back to sanity and protect Equestria while doing so.
I trust her judgment, but she doesn't have all the facts about me that would let her fairly judge me. I just asked her to choose between me and her best friends. You would think that might clue her in on how selfish I am. The right answer is obvious, but I don't want it.
Once you care about a person, you might ask them for something unimaginable. They might ask it of you. I think you asked her to choose because you wanted to self-flagellate. Because friends ask insane things of friends. So you asked a beacon of friendship to step away from her friends. Self-flagellation and self-pity haunt you, and their consequences inflame you to take reckless, destructive, and violent actions. Having a second voice, a voice you've known your whole life, whispering sanity for you as you face the need to explode, can soften the shame and pain.
Your wisdom is something else. Alright, if this is going to happen, then we'll focus on Twilight's problem. Which so happens to be the universe's problem right now.
Then explain it to me.
Doctor, isn't the Sugar Cube Corner incident a fixed point in time? There are a lot of other fixed points in time that happen after it. Wouldn't that cause some kind of paradox or something?
It's an anchored point, which is close to a fixed point, but not the same thing, because it wasn't from the original timeline. Removing it would return the original timeline, yes. There are paradoxes involved, and yes, it's very complicated to correctly.
By altering Twilight's past, you also at the same time alter your own too. Doctor, it was thanks to Twilight that you started changing. That means to return back to your old self, back to when you was drinking and being super negative. The moment you changed her past, all of your memories of everything that happened will change as well.
It doesn't work like that, because I'm a Time Lord, because I have the TARDIS and travel through the time vortex. I'll retain memories of this timeline even when it's undone. I'd be at the eye of the storm, unaffected by the changes going on around me.
She is going to have to decide between friendship and love. Doctor, besides, even if you change the past, what if the incident's going to happen anyway? But with the real Pinkie Pie, don't forget the Little Miss Rarity universe bled into Twilight's universe thanks to Rarity being in a coma.
The only reason it bled in was because of the Pinkie Pie clone was stealing the timeline. It made the dimensional walls weaker.
Doc, if Twilight accepts forgetting you to fix everything, you'll probably convince yourself it's for the best. But you'll sure regret it later. Consider a way to make her aware of this timeline, even if she doesn't remember the events herself. Also, she would be forgetting Lightning and the family too, right?
Yes, she'd forget about them as well. But what she lost might be more important to her than that. I don't think it's a good idea to try to make her remember this timeline. The risks and the emotional toll. This isn't the first time I've had to have someone forget about me.
If Twilight wants to fix it, and you can, but you won't, either she doesn't find out and you deal with the guilt of lying to her, or she finds out and possibly feels betrayed. Are either of those worth it?
They're not worth it. I know they're not. But I'm still terrified of losing her.
What's stopping you from re-establishing a relationship with Twilight in the fixed timeline? It'd be hard, and I know you think she'll be putting herself at risk, but don't you think she should be deciding whether or not to take that risk? You've extended her the choice before. Why not again?
I think we connected because we lost friends and both lacked the willpower to keep taking on our responsibilities. We're both tired of being heroes and just want to have company without those expectations. With her timeline fixed, she won't be like that anymore.
Well, I think it's a great step that you were able to healthily extend the choice to Twilight. What happens if she says no, but then bleeding gets worse? What happens if tears get so bad that the universe then unravels altogether? Will you still stand by?
Then maybe we'll run. Maybe I'll take her to a new universe altogether and let this one burn.
Not that fobbing yourselves a bad idea, Doc, but maybe consider trying to stabilize the universe, not necessarily fix. First, yes, seems like a huge risk otherwise.
If I'm not resetting the timeline, then fine, I'll look into other possible ways to stabilize the universe. But if I can't find anything, we're out of here.
Doctor, you can't let your emotions for Twilight prevent you from doing the right thing, even if she doesn't remember you. Just imagine how happier she'll be when the don't care, when the timeline is properly restored. Don't let your emotions get better of you, Doctor. You know deep down that this is the only way to give Twilight the life she deserves. If you don't, you're dooming her world to a worse fate. Considering how much suffering was caused, I think the only decision is to fix it.
It's the obvious answer, isn't it? And yet it's so complicated.
Doc, you can do this. We'll help you do this the best we can. That's what us happy voices are here to try and do. We're trying to help you do what you gotta do. I believe in you fully, Doctor. Even if it's only some way, I believe in your strength and the power of will. Besides, if there's even a chance that it'll save Twilight, I'd say that's enough reason to try, right? Whatever you choose, I support you fully.
They're right, you know. You're not evil. You're not stupid. If you want to fix this, find the right choice.
I'll do my best.
Has anything else happened while the doctor's been gone, Twilight? How's Spike?
I've been thinking for hours and I still don't know what to do. Spike is fine. I haven't told him about the decision I have to make, though. I just can't put that on him.
Twilight, you may be the only person the doctor trusts anymore. Please don't leave him. He's been struggling so much and trying to be better, and he needs your support more than he could ever imagine. It's been a rough time since you last saw him.
I know, that's why making this is so hard. I don't want to forget him when he clearly needs me, but
Why? I know it's probably difficult to think you're going to lose the doc, but would it not be selfish to tell him to not fix it? To not rescue your best friend? Think of all the people the clone killed too. What's happened to the world because not all of your friends are here to help you stop disasters.
I want my friends back so badly. But isn't there anything I could do here and now? How can I help the doctor come out of this okay?
Twilight, it seems that the doctor's friend Jack Harkness got infected by some of Discord's magic that was inside of the doctor.
Oh dear, that explains their friendship problem. I don't think I knew Jack long enough to use a memory spell on him.
Hey, Twilight, what's going on with Senator Shimmer and with all the crisis going on in the world? Did she come back to something about it? Or is she still in this human world? Or did she even go to human world in this timeline?
Sunset, she doesn't know about anything that happened here. I stopped responding to her letters and eventually she stopped sending them. She's safer in the human world, and I don't want her getting involved in this.
Twilight, it's going to be okay. The doctor has set his mind to it. So we get done one or the other. And you have your friends back, all of them. The doctor has already outlined for a plan started.
But something's missing. There must be something I could do for him. There just must be.
Twilight, Twilight, I heard that Trixie's behind the War of the Diamond Dogs. She got her hands on a magical artifact known as the Alcorn Amulet. It can increase the magic of the unicorn, but its magic will corrupt them the longer they wear it. She used its magic to become the new ruler of the Diamond Dogs.
What? How did she get the amulet back? This is bad. She got went mad with power, and there's no way she'll allow herself to be tricked into taking it off again.
There's no point in crying over woulda, shoulda, couldas. Twilight, even if the doctor can't change the past, neither can you. The only thing to do is what you do best. Research, study, tag this problem like every other one you have, and figure out how you can make things better in the now. You lost 2 friends then, but there may be a chance you can bring one of them back in the now.
Right. Making things better now. You're right, I should find a mirror pool myself and study it and see if I can do anything with it. And then I'll try to learn more about Discord.
Let's use that. Okay.
Spike, I think.
Who's Spike? I guess I'll do it.
Twilight, there's some ponies here that will talk to you. I can't do a good Spike voice.
Twilight!
Speaking of Jack, try not to hurt Twilight in any way. Then you guys visit her, okay? It might anger the doctor, or things could get messy, like really messy.
Oh, hello again, Jack. If you're here for the doctor, he left a few hours ago.
We're not here for the doctor, we're for you. I guess somebody else takes questions now.
Jack, Twilight knows that the doctor's a Time Lord, but not much else. The doctor told her that you're holding a grudge against him, and she knows nothing about Ditsy or the kids. We once asked her about his condition, but she expressed disinterest in solving it. I don't think she understands the kind of danger he is. Above everything you have to make that clear.
I know you don't want to hear this, but the doctor really isn't himself. He's dangerous, he can't control himself. He may have a soft spot for you, but he could turn at any moment. He shot me. You know I'm only alive because I can't die. I formed Torchwood to keep a close eye on him, and discovered he's been dragging aspects of other universes into this one, altering the timelines. If he does not stop, the timeline will become so chaotic that the universe could collapse in on itself.
That's not right. He's trying to fix the timeline, and I know he'd never hurt me. I'm sorry you got in an argument and that got so out of hook, but I know he's good.
Tell Twilight what the doctor has done. He's been toying around with her while lying to her face about the kind of person he is. She has a right to know what he's capable of, especially with the curse. She's in serious danger being around him, and she doesn't even know it.
Miss Twilight, be careful when talking to Derpy. She was with the doctor when he changed. What you might hear about him will hurt.
He is good, but something is making him do horrible things. I was his best friend, and he put me in the hospital. He goes in a rage anytime he sees me. No, I had no idea.
Getting Twilight's help could be risky. If the doctor found out, he may get the wrong idea and think that Twilight betrayed him.
What we're asking is for you to help us help him. But it's risky. If he thinks he went behind your back, he could hurt you too.
Twilight avoid Torchwood. Thereafter, the dog since Jack and one of his comments went to the future where the doc is, blaming him for something that he did in the future.
How do I know you really have the doctor's best interest in mind?
Why would we ask you to join if we didn't?
It means more than the world to me.
But what if she decides to work against you, Jack?
If I find out you're going to harm him, I'll do everything in my power to stop you.
That's another reason you should join us, to make sure we don't. I consider sometimes I don't want to, but I do.
Nitzy, I think you're right to ask Twilight. Aside from Warden, no one in Torchwood is very skilled with magic. Plus, Twilight has prior experience fighting Discord. She'd be a great asset if she agrees to help.
Also, you know more about magic than most ponies. What's happening to the doctor is magical.
Jack, I'd probably emphasize the fact that the doctor is extremely, extremely sick. Tell Twilight that it's the same personality-destroying curse her friends had, and her had back before she was a princess.
I'm sick, and the doctor's got it way worse than me. He's completely infected.
Discord's curse. I know.
And that is it.
That's the page.
So beautiful. Remember to subscribe for more awesome videos.
And more of this one once it has had some time to get some lead time on us.
Yeah,